All right, we should be live. What's going on, everybody? Make sure. All right, we're healthy. Got the chat up. Hey, hey. All right, so let's talk about what's going on here. Bitcoin's still pumping. Ethereum's up almost 20%. Bitcoin 8%. I mean, you have 17% on EOS, 10% Bitcoin Cash. Everything's pumping. The volume's looking good. Let's look at the chart. We can go down to the hourly and the 15-minute when Bitcoin's moving this fast. Let me get my chat back up real quick. Did I miss it? Nope, it's just started, guys. Just started. All right. So I'm just going to break down what's been happening. I already posted the video earlier today, and we're still pumping. And I did take a trade at 7,300. I closed out 50% at 74.30, and I have the remaining at 50% at break even. And that 50% at break even is just below this 4-hour candle right here. You can see the bottom of this 4-hour candle is at what, 73.15, and I have 50% of that position at break even. Already took some profits here. You can see that on the 4-hour we are banging up against this resistance here. That this is a dark green 377 EMA coming in at 74.29. We hit 74.60. So, and we're still at 7,400, not getting rejected. Good day today. Everything pumping. Mass Ninja, thank you for coming in. We're still above 7,400. So I'm going to let this trade play out as long as it plays out. The trend is your friend until it's not. And guys, look at the 1 hour. So you can see on the 1 hour, the blue 10 simple held up price this entire way. That is indicative of a very strong move. You could even go down to the 15. When it's moving this fast, you can see that the yellow 21 EMA and the blue 10 simple have held the price this entire way. So right now the blue 10 simple on the 15-minute is 73.46. The yellow 21 is 73.16. So if we don't get a dump like that, my position should be still safe. I'm protected by the 4-hour low. I'm protected by these two here. If it dumps, whatever, so be it. But my targets are 7,600 to 7,700. Guys, the reason I entered this trade was, look at this green candle on the daily. We closed just above the 50 EMA is at 72.52. I saw that, about 15 minutes before the daily close. It looked like we were going to close above it. It looked like a full candle here, and I think we are going to have some continuation. My target 7,700 is the 100 EMA, the red 100 EMA at 77.43 right here. You can see that it's also lining up with this right here. Basically, if you draw, you could also look at it this way. So you could draw resistance there. That's coming in at 7,600. And then, so 7,600 right there, just beneath that, support, flipped resistance. And then as well as my daily resistance here, the 100 EMA, 77.43. So that would be, an area of interest. The same way when we were down here, my area of interest was around 7,200 because of the 50 EMA. So one level at a time. Getting that close above was enough for me to feel bullish. It's not a wick candle like that or like that. It's a pretty healthy one. And, but we are pretty overextended. Not too bad, but enough that, you want to be careful here. I waited all day long. I mean, we caught this last night. We traded from way down here, 67.90, and we closed out around, between 7,000 and 7,200 based on, where you wanted to take your profit. So after that move, I was hesitant to jump right back in. I waited all day long, and I waited for that daily close. And also on top of the daily close, the other thing that I saw that made me, take that trade was this ascending triangle on the 15-minute. You can see right here. So this is where we were when we took that trade. I did have to take a little bit of a gamble here, but with the daily close, in this ascending triangle, it looked like a nice, breakout formation, and we have got that move. So now we're looking to hopefully hold some support here. ETH, let's see ETH. Yes. Let's go to ETH, because ETH is leading the market. That is crazy. Let's see ETH. So if you look at, let's go to ETH. ETH is still above the blue 10 simple on the 15-minute. The same thing could have been applied here with ETH. As long as it stayed above the blue 10 simple and the yellow 21 EMA, you could be riding this trade all the way up, okay? And as of now, you're still above it. Now, we do have, these are small time frames. The stochastics and the RSI has just been floating here. But if you go out to ETH on the 4-hour, you can see the 4-hour stoch is pretty high, hasn't crossed down yet. And your RSI is super high. So yes, it's very dangerous to take, a trade when it's overextended like that. But, someone asked me this morning, what about ETH? And I'm pretty sure I forget where we were, but we were down probably, maybe even in this range. Yeah, I think we were more like in this range. And I said, if you're going to chase these pumps, just watch, the blue 10 simple and the yellow 21 EMA on the 15, and we just held all the way. Of course, you did have these wicks down below, so that could have knocked you out of your position depending on how you trailed it. But you want to do a combination of things. You want to look down here to see, it's a strong trending move, and then maybe you zoom out to like an hourly or a 4-hour, and you could have trailed each 4-hour candle up. If you see this, none of these candles have come beneath the previous 4-hour. Something I like to do is trail 4-hour candles if I can. Obviously, you're at the top, so you might want to be more aggressive here. But had you, bought down here, you could have trailed each 4-hour candle, okay? Those are, more safe than a 1-hour. On the 1-hour, if you go down, you can see, you would have probably got stopped out there. You could have probably got stopped out there. So the 4-hour is more accurate. You're still, still looking good, guys. I mean, you're bouncing. Besides the fact that it's overextended and you're hitting. So on the daily, we did close ETH just beneath the pink 200 simple at 173, and this could prove to be a bit of resistance. On the daily, the 200 simple is definitely an important one. You want to be above it in a bull market, below it in a bear market. So, this is going to be a critical test here. Do we get rejected on the first attempt? Very good chance. So, that's why I'm saying be careful, be ready to exit your trades. You don't want to be chasing pumps and FOMO. If you do, you have to have a tight stop. That's for sure. This was where you wanted to buy, guys. This down here. Up here, you're playing with fire. But, as long as it's trending, and if you want to, watch the 15-minute candles, you can. Okay, so look, coming out, you can see how his resistance here. You can see how, a couple times you did get above it. It was a fake out, above it, fake out. But in general, and see resistance there, in general, beneath it is bearish, and then above it is bullish. So you are at that critical resistance on Ethereum. What else can we show? Do we want to, guys? I already did a full, video earlier today. So just if you have any requests, any other altcoins, throw them up there. I'm not trying to make this video an hour long or anything. It's been about 9 minutes. I'll just break down Bitcoin a little further. And if you have some altcoins you want to see, just let me know, okay? So let's go back over to Bitcoin, see where price is on Bitcoin. You're still hovering around 73.95. We're still in, let me make this a little prettier. XTZ made me happy today. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much any coin pumped today. So had you bought, yesterday when Bitcoin was breaking out and you were in any of these altcoins, you would have done really well. In fact, the altcoins outperformed Bitcoin today. So that's interesting to see. I mean, this could be a short-lived pump. We are hitting that resistance level that we were talking about. We're at 7,400. I'm saying 60 or 76, 7,700 possibly. But if we do get rejected, that could be it. However, if we continue to pump and the altcoins continue to pump as well, look to go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, and you can see Bitcoin dominance is falling. So are we in a new trend? Is alt season here? I don't know. I mean, that's a lot to ask. Everything's bearish. That's why, a lot of people are hesitant to get in, and I don't blame them. The stock market is rallying. KCS, yes. Let me just finish this thought. Look at the stock market, guys. This was bullish. Okay, so before I even throw on the 21 EMA, you can see you had on the daily, you had a horizontal resistance here. We closed above it. That's a continuation. This is a bull flag. Okay, so throw you closed above the daily 21 EMA, and we're above that horizontal. We could rally up to the 50 EMA 2820. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but I would just have that on my radar, because the second that we finally broke this blue 10 simple, look where we went. Then we had a rejection, came back. We could attack this 50 EMA and then back down, so it could come up and then retest and do that kind of number. You know what I mean? All right, so let me look at gold while I have my traditional chart here. Yeah, I don't look at this very often, so I'm just going to take a stab at it. You're on the daily. Nice candle here. If you wanted to trade that, you're above the daily 21 EMA. Maybe you have a stop beneath this daily candle. If you came in on the 4 hour, let's see. The 4 hour, is kind of like the rest of like Bitcoin. It's high up here, and your RSI is high, so you are flirting with oversold territory. Your support on the 4 hour is all the way down here at the blue 10 simple at 1634. So yeah, I mean, like, all these moves are overextended, so be careful. If you go to the 15-minute, on the 15, it looks like it might be breaking down a bit. You can see the Stokes are coming down here. I'm also taking a look at possibly something like, it could be flagging out. We'll have to see. Is it, this is one of those things where you could play around with the trend lines. Is it this or is it that? But it could be flagging out here. Let's look at the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, you're beneath the blue 10 simple. So if you close beneath the blue 10 simple, you might come back down to the yellow 21 simple, or yellow 21 EMA at 1646. This is the 1 hour, okay, guys? And you see the 1 hour is coming down. So, this could be the top for a lot of stuff. Yeah, gold is bullish. I mean, let's look at the weekly. These are small time frames, but on the weekly's crossed back up. That's, it's not confirmed, but looking to do it, especially if we continue up. If you look at this, bouncing off, you're above the blue 10 simple. This looks good to me. I mean, you do have a lower high, so, you want to break that to have a confirmation. But anyways, I digress. I don't want to stick too long on gold. I don't look at it that often. But let's go over to KCS for that other request. I don't even know what KCS is. So KCS, KuCoin? Is that KuCoin? Are we looking at KuCoin Tether? Weekly, bearish, of course. You're welcome, Mass Ninja. I hope that did any justice. I'm not sure, but it's moving with the rest of the market. So, if they all fall over, you could see that's why. And, I like to use my moving averages. So the daily, KuCoin, right? So you're above the blue 10 simple. If it keeps going, I would say the yellow 21 EMA at $1 would be the next target. On the 4 hour, you have resistance here, 99 cents on the 100 EMA. Okay. But guys, everything pretty much follows Bitcoin. So that's what we're doing, is following Bitcoin. I don't know. This chart doesn't look like the other charts to me. So this is very different. You know, if you look at the other coins, like let's go over to Link real quick. Link. I guess it kind of looked like that a little bit. Sorry, my bad. But look at Link. Link on the 4 hours hitting its 200 simple as well. So you are at resistance. Nice little rise in volume here. That's good to see. So, you know, it's not just a single like pump and then dump, guys. You know, it has been a gradual rise. What I'm looking for usually would be like a impulse move like this one over here. You can see that wick. So it wicked up and down. Something like that might be more of a signal. So here, this is perfect. So you have a nice, it pumps hard, wicks down, indecision, doji, and then dump. Something like that. But until then, you're just trying to call tops. If you're trying to short now, yes, you're at that resistance, but you don't have anything really confirming that. I don't have a 4 hour Stoke cross down. You know, I don't have like a rejection. I don't have a red 4 hour. That's just how I do it, you know. You are way above here, so you could come back and test the blue 10 simple at $2.52 on Link. So look at that. That is a pretty large single 1 hour candle and wick, but we just keep pushing. I don't know, man. When Bitcoin is bullish, it's wise to get out of its way. 7,400. I mean, and Bitcoin likes to be bullish when no one expects it to be bullish. I mean, if you zoom out though, look at this 4 hour. There's still not a lot of volume. It's not the best volume for a breakout. But as long as it's going up, you know, you follow the trend. You have, if we can close this next 4 hour above 74.30, we could get that move to 76 or 7,700. All right. Any other requests? Maybe ADA. Yeah, we can look at ADA real quick. Let me see. But guys, they all follow each other. It's just sometimes Bitcoin steals the show, and you know, sometimes the alts perform better. So, but I don't see Bitcoin going up and Ethereum dumping, or you know, like Dash and Link pumping and Bitcoin dumping. You don't see that. So just pick your favorite coin. So Cardano above its 200 EMA and 200 simple on the 4 hour, also pumping. And if you go to the 1 hour, it's the same deal. If you bought down here from that breakout, maybe you bought here, you could have just rode this blue 10 simple all the way up on the 1 hour. Okay, it's been about 17 minutes. All right, so let's just do a quick breakdown on the indicators on Bitcoin, and that will be it. Okay, I don't need to just keep looking at every single coin here. US oil, yeah, I don't see. I'm not a big US oil. I'll take a look. I don't ever even look at this stuff, you know. Honestly, I hope this is the right ticker for you. Nah, let's move on. Well, I mean, look, US oil is above the yellow 21 EMA. So as long as you're above that, your 1 hour Stokes are rising. You know, as long as you're above there and your Stokes are rising, you're still good. You could put a stop loss there. On the daily, I won't spend too much time here. Daily, you did get rejected by the yellow 21 EMA. You want to get back above there, probably close back above that horizontal resistance, and then target your $36 here at the 50 EMA. If you can't get back above there, maybe you retest the blue 10 simple at $23. All right, so we're going to go to Bitcoin, just do our regular indicators and get out. All right. So on the weekly, let's look at the weekly just from the top to the bottom. You can see that we are currently above 7,300 where this red 100 EMA is. Lots of time, lots of time in this week. We just started the weekly candle. So, do we close above or below is what we're going to be looking at, and if we are breaking above this level, your next, on the weekly right here, this cluster here, the yellow 21 EMAs at 77.90. So, like I said, 7,700 is kind of my target. just front running. I'm not going to wait for a perfect 77.90. I'd take my profits before that. I won't be the only one, I'm sure, if we get to that point. But this is looking good if we can close above that. That would be pretty good to see. Okay. And your Stokes are looking for that cross. However, looking at this weekly, I can see the volume is just still dropping. So are we in? You're welcome, Omnipotence. That's why it's hard. It's still dropping. So is this just a consolidation, a relief rally, rising on falling volume? One could definitely argue that. But I'm not going to be so fast to short until I have more of a confirmation. Okay? So I actually want to go to my Bitstamp chart. All right. Your stream is lagging? Is it? I don't know. Sorry. I'm just doing what I can. I'm not sure how bad it's lagging behind or not. So let me just keep going. All right, so the weekly, we looked at that. What can we look at the Bollinger Bands? Your Bollinger Band resistance is 78.45. So, that's even higher of a target, and your Ichimoku clouds, we are above this red resistance, which is at 71.75. So on the weekly, we are above some critical resistance lines, but full week to play. What if this ends up getting rejected and then it's just a large wick and then we come back down? All right. So we'll just go over to the daily. It's probably more important right now. The daily, is holding support above the blue conversion line. We got that pump. We're now above the Ichimoku cloud here, which is good to see. If we do get a little pullback, you have support at 71.75 on the daily Ichimoku cloud. Okay. Bollinger Bands, did we close above it? We did. We closed above the upper band on the daily. It's pretty bullish, actually. So, if this candle can maintain, we could ride the upper band, which would be something like that. And so that was what I was trying to say. My point is, people were super bearish, calling for 1K, 3K down here, and then out of nowhere, boom. And then when we were here consolidating, people were like, no way we're going to get above 6K. There's no way. Okay. People were taking shorts and just one candle after another. That was just crazy. So Bitcoin does what it wants. At this point, I don't think people were expecting us to rally there even, No, I think, it really is expect the unexpected. What does Asian market open mean? At the end, I'll look at the Asian market real quick, if I can remember. So, if everyone's shorting, it tends to it messes up everybody. Basically, you know what I mean? It's a lawless game, okay? So we're above that. That looks good on the Bollinger Bands. And I already talked about the moving averages. Your daily Stokes are still riding up. You're still kind of in a rising wedge here on the daily, so watch out if this breaks down on the RSI on the daily. That could be, get a cross down on the Stoke and then a drop on the RSI. That could be, the top, possibly, okay? Going to the 12-hour. On the 12-hour, we're not overbought on the RSI yet. Your Stokes are still up. We talked about the moving averages again. Your 200 EMA on the 12-hour is at 77.44. Bollinger Bands, you closed above the upper band on the Bollinger Bands. Ichimoku clouds, you are, this was a nice bounce here, and, blue skies. I don't know. We have resistance here. Your support would be 7,037 right there. On the 4-hour Ichimoku cloud, this isn't going to help you too much. I mean, it's saying your support's 7,000. You might want to look a little closer. And your Stokes are high on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour, crossing down could be the top as well. But guys, here's the other thing. If you remember on this rally here, we were looking for, right here, okay? We were looking for a cross down, and it didn't really happen, and we just kept moving up. And same right here. Here you got a slight cross down, and it bounced up. We were saying this whole rally up, we were saying your Stokes cross down on the bullish rally are not as reliable as a bullish rally cross up on the Stokes. When you're in a downtrend, the cross down is a very strong signal, but your cross up is not a strong signal in the downtrend. So considering we're still trending up, I got to be careful with this one actually, okay? Most people are long. A reversal would, yeah, a lot. It would wreck anyone who's been, buying throughout here. Maybe they aren't using a stop loss. Yeah, you could totally clear a lot of people out. I would not be surprised by a dump by any means. Not at all. I would not be. But, I want to trail these. And using the 4 hours is the best way to trail trending moves, in my opinion. Okay? So 4 hour Stokes still up. I think that's that. China stock market, and we will be out because I can look at the, I don't even know how to pronounce this, the Nikkei 225. All right, so you're pumping here, okay? But you are coming up to this trading region right here, potential resistance. You could probably draw, maybe something like that. So you are hitting resistance right now. On the 4 hour, let's see on the daily. Let me hide that, throw this up. On the daily, you also closed above the 21 EMA. So yes, you're hitting resistance. If you can break that trend line resistance, maybe let's go to the 4 hour. If you go to the 4 hour, closing above here on a 4 hour, but I can see the green 200 EMAs right in that zone also. It's, so this diagonal that I have drawn, and I could probably adjust it to something like that, is lining up exactly with the 200 EMA and 200 simple. So I would say a 4 hour close above that, and you could go, so we're at what, 19,000. This target 377 is at 20,600. Going back to the daily, if you're super bullish, so you close above that, you're looking at 20,223. This 50 EMA. And the reason we're looking at these other markets, guys, is because Bitcoin has been following them. I haven't looked at this until the past couple of months. And I've noticed while the Wall Street's open, Bitcoin moves with the S&P 500 very closely. Last night, I was looking at the Nikkei futures. And if you go, let me go to the 15 minutes, see if it's still there. Yes. So this was last night when I was, longing from 6,800. Where are we? Yeah, 7,000. Yeah. So we were at around 6,800, and I was looking. We were still looking for it to pump. We hadn't even pumped yet, and I was looking at this pump on the Asian stock market here, and I was looking at this symmetrical triangle bull flag, and this is a perfect bull flag. Flag up, symmetrical triangle, pull up, flag, pull up, perfect. So, and then Bitcoin pumped with it. So it doesn't hurt to look at these. Does not hurt to look at this. I need better internet, or he needs better internet. I don't know. But basically, everyone's internet kind of sucks right now because everyone's on the internet, right? All right. I think that's it, guys. It's been 28 minutes. I feel like that was a long enough video. I wanted to do a quick, check on everything here. 15-minute on Bitcoin. We're at 74.15. You could get another leg up possibly. Yeah, I mean, look, we're still above the blue 10 simple. You could find it coming up here at adding support. You're looking like kind of a little bit of a flag here as well. You could probably see it on the 1 minute chart. Pull up, flagging out, and maybe another pull up. You have this trend line here. I usually don't do this on the 1 minute, guys, but that's when it's moving like that, you can start looking a little closer just for like entries. But as far as like stops and trailing trends, I use the 4 hour. All right, so that's that, guys. I'm glad everyone was able to join. And I'll see you guys next time. Hey, if you want to join the free limited time free group, it's open for free this month, April. The link is down in the description, guys. We'd love to have you. Come check it out. We're doing well in there. All right. We'll see you next time. Rolly roll.